Indianapolis, it started with Patrick pass, technically. But then came Richard Seymour, and 3 years later Ben Watson, both in the first round. Georgia was a certified training ground for Bill Belichick's Patriots. That was eons ago in the football world, but Georgia is once again churning out prospects who end up in New England. David Andrews was signed as an undrafted free agent in 2015, and he's now a captain and two-time champion. Malcolm Mitchell was drafted in the 4th round 3 years ago and gave the team one good season that culminated in a clutch Super Bowl performance. Last spring, the Patriots drafted 2 more Bulldogs. One, Sony Michel, was the team's no. 1 running back, a reason New England was able to go old school with their power running game throughout the playoffs. The other, Isaiah Wynn, looks like he could be Tom Brady's left tackle in 2019. With a whopping 9 Georgia players attending this year's Combine, the Patriots could dip back into Athens for its next wave of young talent. While corner DeAndre Baker might be off the board by the time the Patriots draft at no. 32, receiver Riley Ridley and tight end Isaac Nauta both could be available in the late 1st or 2nd rounds. Both explained on Friday why they believed the Patriots program was such a good fit for players coming from their particular corner of the SEC. "I think it's a culture thing," Nauta said. "I think that the Patriots have really good culture and that's why they win football games. I think Georgia has got a really good culture, too. We practice the right way, we set a standard for how we play, and I think that translates kind of to what they do. And I think that's why you've seen a lot of dogs go to the Patriots. At Georgia, we practice really, really hard," Ridley said. "I can assume that at the Patriots they do the same. I heard from Sony that they do those things. If you have good practice habits, those types of things transition to the game, and I really believe that the coaches believe in that. Sony told me that the New England Patriots practice is just like the University of Georgia practice, but maybe not just as intense because we're in college, American football, more NFL Combine coverage." Pat's meeting with top tight ends QBs Greer, Finley praised New England drafting Ridley, who measured in at 6'1" and 199 pounds this week, could help the Patriots fill what is looking like a void as an outside-the-numbers wideout. But he didn't pigeonhole himself into one role Friday. He struck a tone in Indy that the Patriots might appreciate in terms of his potential positional versatility. "For me," said Ridley, whose brother Calvin was a first-round pick of the Falcons last year, "it's like this: if a coach needs me to line up inside, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to give him 110% at each and every rep. I want to separate myself from a lot of people in this draft. I want to be the best I can be." Nauta was another player who felt as though he could give his next team, whether that's the Patriots or anyone else, a versatile skill set at his position. Though Nauta is about 3 inches shorter and 20 pounds lighter than Rob Gronkowski, he felt as though their games did have a few similarities. "They both can catch, they both can block, and they both enjoy both. With me and him, I think we both catch the ball well and we both block well," Nauta said. "Obviously I gotta improve in a lot of areas to eventually be on that level. He's a great tight end, one of the best of all time. But I think our styles are the same. Obviously different body types, but I'm willing to go get the ball and willing to block people just like he does." Ridley met with the Patriots in Indy this week and Nauta was scheduled to meet with the team as well. Both would fill apparent needs, depending on how free agency shakes out, and depending on whether or not Gronkowski will play in 2019. Same goes for Georgia receiver Mecole Hardman, 5'10", 187, who may be one of the fastest players at this year's Combine, as well as edge defender Jonathan Ledbetter, 6'4", 280, whose length may be enticing to the Patriots on their defensive front. None of them are perfect prospects. But they all have one thing going for them: they played at Georgia. That experience in arguably the nation's best conference, playing under head coach Kirby Smart, goes a long way in New England. Click here to download the new My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the Celtics easily on your device.